What's up guys, JZ Aquatics here, and in today's video, we got to film everything I'm taking to the swap meet, which is next weekend, November 22nd. Got a lot of stuff, not a lot of like fish, but a lot of like decorations, extra filtration stuff I've been holding on to that I don't need anymore. We're going to take to the swap meet. I also have a lot of fish, plants, house plants, that thing behind me. I've got to get the babies off of it. I got that pothos up there. I got a spider plant right there. We're going to take a lot of that stuff. Also have like the corkscrew valve in this tank and all kinds of cool stuff. There's corkscrew in this tank. There's narrow leaf Sagittaria. A lot of stuff we're going to take. So we're going to get into the video. I'm going to go through this room first. This is the sun room, obviously. If you don't know, I have two fish rooms. This is the sun room. There's one inside my house, which would technically be my dining room. But it's another fish room, so who needs dining area? But yeah, we're going to jump into this and show you what all we've got to load up. I mean, it's a lot, so flip you around. All right, so the glare might be bad on some of these tanks. Well, I don't know what to do about it, okay? Roll around in my wheelie chair. Also, I'm going to be taking some of these. If you need rice fish mops, I'm going to have probably not a whole lot, but a few of those. Yes, I'm doing water changes on all the tanks this weekend. So we'll start here. I'm not taking a bunch of these. These are my orange swordtails. I have a few smaller ones I'm going to take. There is a couple of the kohakus, but I'm not taking them. There's a really nice one over there. I'm just going to take some of the orange ones. And then down here, it doesn't have a light. These are a lot of mixed platies. The ones that are big enough I'm going to take. Probably not going to take like that super small one, but the big enough ones like that one, we're going to take those. There's some hornwort. I might take some of this narrow leaf plant. Not sure. Hold on, let me get a light. Okay, I got a light. So you can see, I got some narrow leaf Sagittaria back there. It's growing really good. So I might take some of it. There's also some baby plecos in here somewhere. Man, do I have a lot of plecos. Like, there's a common one. I've got commons and albino bristlenose plecos to take. A lot of those. Down here, these are my little 5-gallon tubs. This tub is black Moscow fry, so I may take these. Yes, that airstone had beneficial bacteria on it when I set it up. We are taking salvinia and frog bit. This tub also has black Moscows. There's one, and there's a male. They look really good in these tubs. I got hornwort in here, and these spider plants that I got off of this plant. I'll stand up and show you. This thing drops the loveliest little spider plants, and the plant itself is pretty big. Like, there's my hand compared to it. It's quite a good growing plant. I got this from a guy at my like local town harvest festival, and he was an older gentleman he grows plants. I got this from him. Super nice guy. He told me some tips how to keep it, and I told him I was going to use fish tank water to water it, and he was like, oh man, that's a great idea. So overall, cool guy. Glad I met him and got this plant. Now I can supply some of these guys to everybody in the swap meet. Anyways, this is just me growing some in water, and they're growing really well. We're gonna jump over here. This is the extra long corkscrew that I've been growing in this tank for actually quite a while. A lot of my corkscrew doesn't get this big, but I am gonna take a few pieces of this. None of the fish out of here. These are my Australian rainbows, which you can't see because of the glare. Kind of see them back there. These are the little guys I was talking about. So I've got to snap these guys off with the roots so I can propagate them and sell them to everybody. Like this guy, he's pretty big already, but I need to go ahead and snap this off because you can see this is the start of the big stem, and there it goes, huge. Same goes for this one. So this is my Australian rainbow albino bristlenose tank. I've pulled 2-3 batches from these guys for the swap meet, and their babies are all scattered throughout the rest of the fish room. And this tank, I've got to get a lot of these off. which is covered in duckweed, which I hate, and that stupid mulm algae, the floating algae, whatever you call it. But yeah, I gotta figure out how to get all these off of here to propagate. These are my black moss cows, which I may take an extra pair, maybe a female or two if I've got them. I really don't have that many males for some reason, but I do have some females. There's some hiding back there. But yeah, I don't know. I need to reset this entire tank. This is a 40 breeder. I've had it set up for probably like 3 or 4 years, and it's time for a good reset. But yeah, this is a little baby spider plant I started. It's growing really well. It hasn't shot out any babies yet, but that's okay. This is the rice fish pond. I'm not taking any rice fish this time. I need to hold on to them for the winter to propagate throughout the summer again. But if you look in here, there's a little orange one, which I lost all of my oranges again. There's a black one. The black ones seem to do really good in my water, but not the oranges. Another black one. And I've got a breeding colony in here now, or at least 2 adults and some juveniles together. And look at this Taiwan moss. Man, does that stuff look good. That's some great moss. In this tank, got some Australian rainbows, which I may take those 2 bigger ones. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. There's one big one there. That's a pleco I'm taking. There's some plecos I'm taking. I might take some of these female guppies just because I really don't need them, and I should probably move them on. Okay. Elephant in the room, little focus, is my convict cichlids. They won't let me change their tank or mess with it, and I'm actually tired of dealing with them. I've had them for so long, they produce a lot, and I'm just gonna try to sell them at the swap. And if they don't sell, they'll come back in this tank and live their dirty life. But they do breed, and they did just have a clutch of babies if they didn't eat them. There's a baby down there. But yeah, they're great parents if you pull the fry at the right time. They will raise the fry up until, you know, this juvenile stage down there. It'll focus on that guy. Yeah, that stage, that's actually a little big. It's probably why they ate them, but yeah, they're really great parents, and they'll raise them up to that size. But probably gonna take those 2. I'm gonna get out of my chair now. I am gonna I got some new tubs to take stuff. This 55-gallon tank, I'm gonna take it, so it's for sale. It comes with these screen lids. It does hold water. I only had enough hose to drain it halfway, but it does hold water. I had it filled up all the way. And I've been water changing this tank, and this tank is full of Crebensis fry. Well, they're not fry, they're juveniles. But I've got a lot of Crebensis. I'm gonna sell a bunch of these guys. There's another bristlenose. And then switching over to, let me back up. This is my 10-gallon breeding rack, which I've actually got. Check this out. 2 breeding pairs of dwarf gouramis. Let me get a better shot of them. Check them out. They're gorgeous. I've yet to see a bubble nest, but I have this pair, and there's a pair in this tank. The female's back there, and the male's hiding from us. Another note, the gold white clouds did use this, and I do have a baby in there. And here's another spider plant and pothos growing. We're gonna take these least killifish. I'm gonna take a couple pairs, maybe some juveniles. I've got a bunch in here, and I've also got some in here. There's a pleco in there I'm gonna take. I actually have quite a bit of albinos in this tank. Quite a bit. There's one of the red blonde tuxedos I may end up taking. There will be a premium for these though, because yeah, I'm just working with the strain and they're not that pure. That's the only really good one I've got. These are the parents right here. There's dad 1. That's original dad. That's original mom. Dad 3, Mom 2. Really great looking fish, but I've only produced a few fry. So I may sell this pair, but if I sell the pair, they're gonna be expensive. Yeah, we'll see. And then I'm not taking the shrimp that I've got, but if I can find one, I will show you the pygmy sunfish that I'm gonna take. I have a pair of pygmy sunfish. That's right, a pair. Here's one. You see that color? I can't tell if that's the male or female on camera. I can't really tell. I think that's the male. The female's in here somewhere. But if I can get both of them out and catch them in time for the swap, I'm gonna take them and sell them. Just because I can't breed them. I don't have the time or patience, and I work out of town now, so yeah, I'm gonna sell those. And then if we come over here to my abundance of a mess, check out this tank. Again, I'm doing water changes. Everything in here is doing great. The fish are great. Actually, they haven't ate this frog bit, which I'm surprised. I pulled this from outside in cold weather. That's why it's bronze. Cold weather frog bit. But yeah, there's the red devil. Got our blood parrot. That's our loach. There's the pike. Our giant pleco. Our sun catfish is under there. Yeah. But yeah, doing water changes. This tank can't take anything out of here because I can't sell Alabama species in Alabama. You know how that goes. This tank I'm not taking anything out of, mainly because I don't have anything to sell. If the frog bit starts to grow good out of this tank, I may take it, but it still looks like it's adjusting to the warm weather. But this tank, let's see if it'll focus. All these orange ones are swordtail platy hybrids, crossbreeds, I guess. So I'm gonna sell them as a breeding group. If anybody wants to breed those, I'll have one group of them. And then like this guy, call these banana platies. I have 3 males. I don't have any females. I'm gonna sell those. There's the narrowleaf Sagittaria growing in a pot. I've got some more spiders. I'm gonna take some microcultures, just the micro worms. I'm not gonna take any peanut beetles this time, just because I haven't got to propagate them. This is my crebensis pair that could be on eggs. There's the male over here, but they could be on eggs. I'm keeping that pair because they're doing really well. Here's another arrowhead plant I propagated. I won't have a Swiss cheese monstera plant this time, and I will have this giant arrowhead this time as well. Here's a lot of supplies. I'm taking these tanks, not the 10 gallon, I gotta keep it. And I'm taking like a lot of this decorations and bio wheel and everything in this tub's decorations and filtration, and I'm taking this water pump stuff just to get rid of it, you know? That's what a swap meet's all about. I think that's it for this room. I believe that's it for this room. Yep. Here's some more microcultures. All of these. And I haven't got to propagate the rice beetles yet. It's not focused. There. I haven't got to do those yet. But they're really cool. Been feeding them. The fish like them. So, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump to the other room. Show you what's in there. All right, here's the other room. Sorry if it's loud. That air pump is quite loud. Not taking anything out of this tank. I got a bunch of the common plecos in here, and check these guys out. Up and coming yellow flame tail guppies. Hopefully I can get a nice breeding stock of them. Wow, that pump is really loud, I'm sorry. But there's a bunch of plecos I'm taking. That's my fired up male. He's gorgeous. And here's maybe I can't make this thing quiet. What the heck? Here's corkscrew area. I'm gonna take a lot of this. If this Java moss is good, I might take it. Probably not. I'm not taking any endlers. They're staying. None of this. I'm taking all these mixed guppies. It won't focus. They're just a mixed breed. I'm gonna take them all. There's a convict in here. That's a pink one. I'm gonna take it. Nothing out of this. Oh, yeah, I'm taking all of these dwarf Mexican crayfish. If it will focus. Oh, let me find one it will focus on. There's one. Well, I'm going to take all these crayfish, crawfish, whatever you call them. So I'll have like 5 or 6 of these Mexican dwarf crayfish because, once again, no time to breed them. Here's some more of those endlers I'm trying to breed. Not taking any of those. Here's another tank of endlers. Yes, it's dirty, we're doing water changes, okay? This is dirty, we're doing water changes. Here's a bunch of those common plecos and some Santa Maria endlers that I'm just starting to breed, so can't take those. Here's my half black, half yellow guppies. Maybe you can see them like this. Well, not really. Well, they're really cool. I am gonna hopefully take a pair or 2 of these black chin livebearers. I've got this tank and this tank of them. See, they're already starting to breed, so I need to take that pair. Leaving these rice fish, but taking a lot of the plecos out. There's a bunch of them back there. Yeah, so a lot of these plecos are gonna go. And then here's some more platies. Of course, right? Gotta have a lot of platies and a whole bunch of frogbit that's growing really well. And salvinia. So, yeah. Alright guys, that was a very quick run through of what I'm gonna bring to the swap. I obviously have some stuff in that tub. Mainly filtration and some odd and end decorations you might want for a community tank or something. But that's it. And I'll see you at the swap. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Comment if you think it's good stuff for a swap meet in Alabama, or if you see anything interesting that you haven't seen before, whatever the deal is. Come to the swap meet. It's November 22nd. But yeah, go to the NASA Facebook group on Facebook. It's got all our information on it. All our events are on it. If you join the group, it'll let you see everything. I'm pretty sure it's actually a public group. I can't remember. It might be private. But you see all the events we have and everything. And yeah, just come join. I'll be vending. Hopefully, we'll be having a live stream for the event. Hopefully, we'll get to see a lot of cool people, see what people bring, maybe trade, maybe buy some cool stuff. You'll have to see. Make sure to stay tuned. Till the next video. Peace.